Okay, so hey guys, I'm Remy. Some of y'all know me, I'm guessing. I've been put in charge of our new equipment closet this year for the 2013-2014 year, and it's kind of new to us too, so let me just kind of go and give you the basics. This little thing right here is our little mobile cart we keep out in the hallway. And like, if you need to do a battery exchange or anything like that, it's just kind of a quick thing, which if y'all are out in the field filming, we usually have our stuff set up on this, and it's just a little kind of thing on the back to plug it in so we can move it out here. So y'all can come on in. This is our video CTAE closet, which is like the, what do you call it, that curriculum classes that you take on the Night Great Hall, like Miss Peters, Miss Watley, Miss Carter, Miss King, Miss Mosley. I mean, they're all them kind of teachers that teach the CTAE classes, but luckily enough for us, we got us this wonderful, awesome closet, I guess, and because if you know, before earlier this year, we moved out of a little black cabinet in the room to, well, all this wonderful stuff. So to begin with, I guess I'll go ahead and begin with the little nitty gritty stuff. Right here we have our batteries and junk, and we got some nifty little container for it. So let's see, we have, these are called regular batteries, and they got numbers on them, which it'll probably change later, but simply because these were the ones that came from Canon, these are the ones that are original with the cameras. So while we got these, we got little regular ones that go in the top drawer, and in the bottom drawer we have the big fat extended ones, which is a Pearstone. We're hopefully getting replacements soon for them, but this is most of our batteries right here, and some of the rules that have kind of been put in the room like this right here on the table, if you wouldn't mind going around. You'll see 2 or 3 of these in the room every once in a while, like please make sure the batteries are on charge at all times, so if you wouldn't mind right here. This is our batteries, like these are our battery bases, and here's a little mobile one that kind of moves around if we need it to. So basically the Packer charger station has moved out of the front of Mr. Lewis's video room to our little storage room back here. So we got a little strip, we got our rechargeable batteries right here, we got our Canons right here, got a phone charger, that kind of stuff. So here is our charging station, and here's our little battery area. You've also got your little basket full of lens caps and SD card holders, so that's kind of nifty to have. And then this little nightmare right here, which y'all won't see this or use this is the label maker that was used to inventory all of this. So basically everything you're seeing right now has been inventoried on a sheet of paper, and it's been typed up. So right here, which we sat here, basically got on this thing and we wrote everything down, little nitty gritty stuff. We've inventoried it, and we got all the sticky notes right here that was stuck on everything. So basically we know how much is in here, and we've got a good idea of what we need to get and what we need to do with some of our equipment. Right here we kind of got our little Pearstone bags, which is our tripod cases for over there. So I guess the next session I'll kind of just mix and match around here. Right here we've got our tripods, as you can see. And let's see, we got our tripods, which if you notice you'll only see 4 here. You'll see 1, which is in my hand, 2, 3, and 4, and then 5 and 6 have a little red line to them. I'll get to that in a moment, but our tripods have been inventoried too, so this little thing right here, Tri1, that is code name, or basically the ID or inventory item of this piece of equipment. So our tripods and everything, they're in good working condition, at least some of them are. Tri1 or Tripod 1 seems to be like the best one that we've got right now, like it's not damaged. And plus we got this little Ruiz CAG on it, which turned the right way. That recognizes that this comes from a video broadcasting class, and it's Mr. Ruiz's, of course, and it's from CA Grade in case it ever gets lost. So we got that, and we got our tripods. It corresponds on the shelf number, so you got Tri1, Tri2, Tri3, Tri4, and we got another one of those little please signs which says please place the tripods back on their number corresponding shelves. I know it's kind of hard to read, sadly my handwriting's not that great, but this is what we got here, which is our corresponding shelves. And then the next thing over, which would be our little reflectors. We keep these in these little shelves, and the best thing that I like about these shelves are, like everything, I don't care how nervous it's starting to sound, they got lips on them, so basically if something ever happens, which this is to protect you from damaging anything, if you have to come in here yourself and check it out, which we're probably going to have people to do that, which we will most likely have a person in each class to handle this kind of stuff, but the little lip right here prevents stuff from falling out, just like on the tripod shelf. So if you put one up there and you grab it and you can't get it quite right and you make it fall or something, well it can't because it's got that lip to hold it there. Now to get onto this little subject, like this little subject right here, this red tape line and this Tri5 and Tri6, you got any idea what's wrong with them? Go ahead and make sense of it. Our equipment is about 2 or 3 years old, and sadly it doesn't seem like it's that old if you think it's cell phone years it is, but this right here is our, I guess for right now, our equipment hospital. So like I said, this room is pretty new to us, and I kind of wish we wouldn't have had to create this, but our equipment is somewhat damaged, so It may get replaced, it may get sent off, I mean, no telling what happens, but for the moment we have equipment that's damaged. For example, Tri-5 right here, there was something wrong with it, and I'm not quite sure what was wrong with it. There was something that wouldn't open, or it was tightening too much, and we decided we'd just go ahead and retire it right now and stick it back here in this little shelf, which you can see our red line and the Ruiz Video Broadcast is right on the other side of our storage area. This right here is going to be the little place that if you have damaged equipment, please notify me or Mr. Ruiz about it this year, and we'll see about what we can do about it. And then our tripods for the moment, these are the two tripods. Yeah, they're kind of damaged, they're kind of bad, messed up. Some of the big equipment would sit over here if it's damaged, but for example, two tripods at the moment, like I said, and this one right here has got a broken lip. Your little locking latch, or I call it a lip, it's about busted off so it does not lock properly like it is supposed to. Like I said, the school pays for all the equipment, but some people don't take care of it, so sadly we had to create this. But I mean, hey, it's all good, we just have to do what we gotta do. And kind of mixing and matching around again, like I said. And before I go on, we are getting new equipment. Like I mentioned, we either replace it or send it off. Well, right now we've got up to Tri-6, which 2 of these are damaged. So we only have 4 functional tripods. Well, at the moment, Tri-5 and Tri-6 are damaged. Well, while they're damaged, we've already ordered Tri-7, Tri-8, and Tri-9. Like I said, that's code for the new tripods and for the tripods in inventory, period. So, give me a second. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we got Tri-7, which that's not here yet. That'll be our new one. And of course, like I said, if we ever have to send any of our stuff off, up here at the top, as you can see, we've got our camera boxes, we got our Pierstone tripod boxes, which that's the brand that we've chosen to use and what we've gotten. So, I mean, we got some pretty good equipment. Just some of it needs to be replaced every once in a while, but it's pretty good. Next, I'm going to move to the little microphone section. So, like I said, we got labels on certain things on the shelf. So, right here, we got microphones labeled. And to begin with, we have our handheld mics. Now, if you can take a good guess at what handheld mic would be in inventory code, it's pretty straightforward and simple. Mics like these, they always have an H mic at the bottom, a lowercase h, capital M, and then IC5 or IC4, which you can see right here, which is pretty good. I mean, these are pretty good mics. And of course, we did lose one a little while, or it was checked out, which this shows the importance of this book. If we don't know if it's been checked out, we have no idea where it is. We will never figure out where it is unless someone tells us. Well, luckily, we've got all 6 of our mics now, and they're all handhelds, and they've all been inventoried in. We got our other microphones, which is H-Mic 3 and H-Mic 1, and I mean, we're pretty good. We got these nice little dandy cases that we can keep them in to protect them. Next level up from these on this shelf would be our lavalier mics. Now, lavalier mics is where you clip them onto your shirt or your blouse if you're a woman, things like that. And we have our on-off switch. Thing while I'm on it, or thing to mention while I'm on the subject. If you use the equipment, if the equipment manager don't check, please make sure you do check that this is turned on and off. Either turn it on when you're using it or turn it off, because of course we have to pay money out of the school's budget and stuff like that, sometimes out of pocket if it gets to that point, to go and replace the batteries in these things. Funny enough, they take batteries, but I mean, we got some high-end stuff, so it's going to take some more power. And then of course we've got our new equipment, which this is just like the lavalier that you've seen. But the thing is, some of our stuff we've ordered maybe 2 or 3 more things than we needed, which was still a pretty good precaution in case something got damaged. And then we got several other lavalier kits. But here's the funny thing: damaged equipment, some people don't care. That right there, that's the whole point of this equipment room, was to organize and wrap up everything. So this is pretty wrapped up in pretty good condition. That ain't. And it's just like this cable down here. Damaged equipment and stuff, like I said, didn't want to create the section, but it has to go in that area back there. So this right here, this is going to have to go back there in the little red tape area called the equipment hospital type deal, because, well, this thing is about bent up and tore and everything in some places, it seems like. And the little thing, if you can see right there, it's bent, and yeah, I don't think we're going to stick that in a $3,000 camera, which we're recording on some of our equipment right now. So if you notice, we've got 5 cameras here, and of course I'm being recorded on Ruiz 1. Now I'll get to that point next while I'll stick this back here, sadly. I don't know what we can do about people doing this, but hey, if y'all can be responsible enough with it, hopefully next year this will last a lot longer than it did for the last 2. Next I'm going to go on about is another thing right here. Stop, please leave the mounting plates attached. The mounting plates would happen to be these little things. Like you see these right here, this is what one looks like when it's not attached to a camera, because we're lucky enough to have 8 of them. So please leave them attached to it, because we made a new kind of idea and rule to do that, in case, I mean, they don't get lost as easily. They can easily be snapped into like a tripod if needed, and it doesn't take as much hassle anymore. So we've got our cameras right here, and of course, like I said, the inventory numbers. Well, we've got Mr. Lewis's name on it, and we've got them corresponding numbers. We got our CA Gray inventory logo, which these cameras, of course, please don't break one. They're $3,500 a piece, and the school's going to want to keep up with them. But that's the CA Gray logo, and our barcode on there that lets us know. And then CCAM 3 or 4 or 5, whichever one we pick, that is the corresponding inventory number for us, our video broadcasting room. So we've got that, CCAM 4, CCAM 5, and of course they're all in good working condition and all that. They're all pretty good still. I mean, most of them still work perfectly. Actually, all of them still work perfectly. I mean, these things right here, these have lasted us a good long time. And then next we'll move down to our accessory shelves. So we got our cameras here, we got our camera bags up here, and then we have these little nifty things. The company Cisco has went out of business, but before they did, we actually, well, let me correct that. The Cisco company that created Flip, they killed off these cameras. And sadly, it was a bad thing to do, but with mobile technology getting more in advance and all that good stuff, they kind of had to do it. But for us, it's lucky that we've got these, because they're really nifty to use for small projects and stuff. And we've even got them labeled, the F-cams, and got our logo on it since it was the school's. You know, they're record buttons. I mean, they're really nifty and simple to use. So we've got about 5 of them. And at the moment, we've got one checked out, and it's not been inventoried completely yet, but we know where it is. And then we got our Canon remotes and stuff, and go in a little mountain plate box with the mountain plates. Now we have these bad boys. So I'm gonna kind of sit down for this one, because I'm afraid I'm gonna pass out since this is so bright. All you simply do is mount this onto a mounting arm or a straight mount. I'll get to that in a second, but yeah, these little bad boys, they've never been touched before, they've never been used officially, so it's really great that we never used them, even though we could have in the past years. But yeah, take a good look at this. As bright as that is, I'm sorry, I'm blinding the person behind the camera, but these right here are these nifty little things. They really can light up a dark room, and I can demonstrate that later with a camera. But we got these, and of course, I didn't leave out the boom mics. I'll get to them in a second. We need these right here for these. We have us a dual shoe bracket, which is basically, it shoes me the little snap-ons or the hold-ins for pieces of equipment that have mounts like this. So we got right here this little dual shoe bracket. Like I said, it's nerd terminology. You have to only know some of it. So we got this little thing here. You plug it into the back of it, which simply slides in, and you tighten this down. And of course, I'm going to demonstrate on camera real quick. This is all the equipment that we've never done in a while. But right here, our mounting plates. This is the only time you really have to take this mounting plate off, is if we have to do equipment like this, which it's a rarity that we ever have to, but boom mics and LED lights like this, they will always need a shoe to hold onto the camera and the tripod. So we would simply unscrew this mounting plate, screw this in on the bottom of the camera as if we were doing the mounting plate. And the nifty thing about these are they've got the little screw holes on the bottom, so if we need to put the mounting plate back on or put another accessory on, we've always got that capability. And when you're finished with it, of course, you simply just unscrew and make sure you got everything you need off of it. Place it back there, and then we inventory it back in, saying it has been checked back into our equipment room. And this is like, let's see, we got CCAM 5 here, so we stick it back up here. And now we got the dual shoe brackets, like I've already said about, and then we've got these nifty little straight mounts, is what we call them, and these are SMOU. We got about 6 of these. We got 6 of these, and they're really nice, and we need to keep them like that. But we got them like this, which means it just comes straight out from the camera, and then we got them like this, which holds it above the camera, which is really nifty and handy if we have these things. We have boom mics inventory too, and we have Asden boom mics, which are really nice. So basically most of the time you'll do the same thing you do with our little LED lights here. You'll go and slide it in, you'll tighten it down. When the tightening helps it to where if you run over something or hit a bump, then it usually keeps it held in place pretty well. So our boom mics would face this way from the camera, as if the camera's facing me, we stick it on it like this and use it. And we're not using one at the moment because this isn't a full-blown thing, but it is very helpful to do. And of course, when you're finished with the boom mics, we stick them back here in a little corresponding place with the microphones, which is our microphone section, our accessory section, and all that. Well, that's that part and everything over here. Now we're getting to the last section, which is really the nitty-gritty stuff like I've kind of already went over. We've got our batteries, our little camera mounts and everything, the little camera plates and all that kind of stuff. Now we've got the nitty-gritty, really bad stuff that we don't want to mess with, which is not bad, but it's bad if we lose some of it. These are these cables that you really get and everything with the camera that they're used for all kinds of different reasons. We have an AV cable which simply attaches to the camera and all that and shows you to the TV. We got these nice HDMI cables that came with them, which are really good. And those all kind of sit in the orange basket. We got our blue basket, which will be used way more often because we've got our microphone cables in it. This is what a good microphone cable looks like. It's not a problem. There's the little thing straight and everything, not bent. It's all wrapped up and nice and neat. We got some smaller ones, smaller level ones too, which I think these are pretty nice. I like these sort of better than these, even though these are heavy duty. But we got these and all that good stuff in this basket. And then we have our little charging basket. Now these cables came with the camera specifically to charge them, but we're nice enough, I guess, class and all that, to have these good things. These are these pure stone base chargers. Of course, some of them need to be replaced, but we got these three, we got these two, and I think they're pretty nice myself because I'd rather just slide them in instead of getting one of these cables out and plugging it all up. And then we got all the stuff that y'all really don't see or use most of the time, which is our unused equipment, which happens to be these little adapters right here, which I think are pretty cool too. You basically attach it to the cable and it converts it. I'm going to stick all these in this basket while we're at it. We've got this thing right here, which is another audio cable for the microphones, which we got 2 of these. 4 of these. Okay. Get ready. I'm playing Waldo in here basically. Yep, 6 of these. Yeah. We got plenty of these obviously, and we don't really use them because we don't need to unless some of it gets damaged. In that case, we've already got the extras, which I think is a great thing. And then we got our big heavy duty one, which is a really, really heavy duty one that's never been used before, which is for our microphone system in the gym or in other parts of the school. But we, as a video broadcasting class, luckily enough, we have this. I mean, we got it going on in here, honestly. We really do have this, we really do have this nice setup and all that. I mean, it's just a great thing that we can actually have this class and know what all of our money goes towards different things. We were able to afford each of these cameras, these pieces of nice equipment, and like I've mentioned before, people have to take care of them so we can keep them for a long while. So we got our tripods, we got our cameras, we got our batteries, we got all of our accessories, and it's a really nice room. And of course, don't let me forget this. We got this little thing. This may fly, this may not, no telling how it'll work, but this is going to be where we stick stuff and junk like that about different projects that are going to go on. Even Mr. Ruiz doesn't know about this idea yet, but we got our really awesome room here, and it's all like ours. So take one last look at it because that's about to be the end of everything. But thanks for watching this, and I mean, at least you understand some of this now. I may have demonstrated, may have babbled on a little long, but it turned out as a really nice room, and I'm really kind of happy for it and everything. Hopefully you guys will be too. And if you kids next year in 2014, 2015 are watching this, please take care of this because really we're lucky to have a lot of this. So good luck with your new video broadcasting and everything. And of course, let me not forget this. We're going to have a broadcasting checkout sheet. All this equipment just can't leave the room and all of that without this, so I'm going to use scissors. We have our date here, and this sheet may be changed later, but for the moment being, we have our date. So today is Friday, March 7th, 2014. My name is right there, which name and cell number. My number would be right here, and the only reason it's blanked out, ain't none of y'all get my phone number. And then equipment checked out, which would be list numbers individually. Our camcorders, if we're ever checking out equipment, we'd go by the inventory ID, which is CCAM1, which is what we're using now. Tri1, which is on the shelf still. Battery 6, which BAT and EBAT are different. EBAT are extended and BAT are just regulars. We've got our microphones, which would be the handhelds, the booms, or the lavaliers. Vocal recorders, we do not have those, but we still keep it on there in case we ever do. Cables, which is our microphone and camera cables, our HDMI cables, all them kind of cables, which are really nifty and easy to use with the cameras. We need to check them out too, so we don't lose any of them, of course. And the miscellaneous, which would be the mounting plates, like I've showed, and card 41, which is some cards, like we use those to record, which are SD cards, which is the last thing I need to demonstrate on. So give me a second. And then the last but final thing we really need is our SD cards. So this is the important thing. We don't have these, we don't have video, period. We always have to have everything because everything works with each other. So we've got them corresponding to periods, and these SD cards are really nice, so we have to take care of these too. But like I said, guys, next year when you come into this class and everything, things will be different and they should be a lot better. So when you're recording next year, just remember we have all this equipment. It's really nice and it's really good, so please take care of it, of course. Make sure it's all in working order and it always works and it's always put up where it needs to be. And like I said, we got our nice closet here, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem or a nuisance anymore. So thanks for watching and have fun with Mr. Lewis in his video broadcasting class.